All right, it's time now for better food. Now, we went from strawberries and sweet things to how about something savory to set out at your next summer gathering? Look no further than your pantry or your fridge.
Laura Grimmer from The Perfect Pair is showing us how to use supermarket basics to make a delicious marinade for fresh goat cheese or olives. Yum-y. I love all of the ingredients.
I never knew you could marinate cheese, so you actually are going to soak it like you would chicken or anything else in a marinade.
In a marinade. And this is one of the things, is like sometimes when you're doing a buffet or you're having people over, you don't have time to run to that fancy grocery store to get that beautiful cheese or something different like that. So this is a way to take a couple of ingredients that are really easy to find at every grocery store and turn them into something really spectacular.
Okay.
So we're going to use the exact same marinade for both a fresh goat cheese and olives. So let me just show you a little bit here. So this is just a fresh goat cheese. I don't know if you guys can see that.
Yeah.
That it's just the log of the white cheese that you get, everything else. And then these are Cerignola olives. And these are the gigantic green ones. They still have the pits in them. But they're really beautiful like this, but when you wait till you see, after we finish them, they take on a whole new flavor.
Okay.
So when we make the marinade, you start with 2 cups of olive oil, and then you do a selection of herbs. And you can pretty much do anything.
Okay.
This is a great basic one that includes fresh rosemary, fresh thyme, fresh chives, garlic that's just been crushed, and then a couple of strips of lemon peel.
Lemon peel.
And then a little hit of red pepper flakes.
Okay.
So it's just a nice herby mix of things with a little bit of heat from the red pepper flakes. You're going to bring it to just barely a simmer, and then you're going to cool it because you don't want to melt your cheese.
So don't boil it.
No, just barely to a simmer, and then you're going to cool it. So this has actually been cooling. This is not warm, so I don't, because again, you don't want to pour it on your cheese.
How cool? Like room temperature?
Room temperature, yeah.
Okay,
room
so you need
temperature
to allow some time for that. Don't do it just right before you're going to marinate it. Okay.
And then what I like to do, you can do this a couple of different ways. So I like to do it in a Ziplog bag just because it's easy and I feel like it gets it coated. I don't have to worry about turning the cheese or anything like that. You can also cut the cheese into slices, into little circles, and then do it in a pan and pour the oil over it. But I rather like the way the log looks when you serve it, and then you give it to people with a knife and let them spread it on their bread or something like that already. So I'm just going to go ahead and put the cheese into the Ziploc bag. This is highly scientific, folks. And then, if you will take that aside, we're just going to pour the marinade over it. This is it, and you don't have to use it all, but I like to use it all. Then this oil, you're going to reuse whatever isn't in the cheese, or you served on your serving plate or something like that. You can reuse that in pasta or some kind of vinaigrette for salad dressing or something like that. But you have a beautifully herb and garlic infused oil. This is it.
That's it.
And you
How
put
long?
it in the refrigerator overnight, but even up to 3 to 4 days.
Okay.
So easy to do well in advance of your party.
It won't get too herby. You can kind of leave it in there.
Yep,
Okay.
You basically can't overcook it.
Okay.
So that's pretty much it. So he'll stay okay. Actually, we'll put him over here so he's on his way.
Okay.
And
It's a
then
him.
all my food is a him. Okay. And then this is what you're left with. When you pull it out, I always drizzle a little bit of the oil over top so it's like a delicious thing.
And there's the pretty herbed goat cheese that you might see at a fancy cheese shop, but this is
It's
probably
already
even
made.
better because it's so fresh.
So let me show you one quick thing. It's the exact same idea with the olives.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do here, let me just move my board over. I just want to show people how to crack the olives, because this is one thing. If you just put these in, they need to be crushed a little bit so that the oil can get in there and get infused in them. They're a little hard. Yep, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the flat part of my knife.
Like garlic, how you crush a garlic clove?
Right, exactly, Kara. And then you're just going to hit it a couple times, and then you see it's crushed. Yeah. It might have a crack or two. That's completely fine.
So that allows the liquid to get inside.
That's right.
And leave the pit in there. You're not going to pit them.
No,
okay.
Don't bother pitting them. And then you're going to pour the marinade over. These can stay in the refrigerator up to 3 weeks.
Up to 3 weeks.
And then just take them out and get them to room temperature so that they're nice and gooey. You don't want your olive oil to congeal. And so you want your olive oil warm, or room temperature.
And you serve it with, I see it, you have part of the marinade still soaking in the olives.
Yep.
So you don't really throw it away. It's all good, and you use it there, use it on the cheese, and then all you need is this baguette, and you've got all this beautiful stuff.
And what I've done with the baguette, I have a Lodge grill pan here with with the grill insert inside, and I just did a little bit of olive oil on my bread. And I'm just grilling it there, so it's not going to be completely hard. It's got a little bit of a chew to it, but it's a little bit something interesting to spread the cheese with. How is it?
So good.
That is wonderful.
It's
It
really
tastes
good.
a lot different than just a piece of goat cheese. Out
Oh
of the
my
fridge.
God, it's
Yeah.
really wonderful.
Yeah.
It's kind of taking the sharpness out of the goat cheese a little bit.
Yeah, it mellows it. The oil and the
It
garlic.
mellows it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
exactly
but
right.
it does taste like those very fancy herbed goat
Right.
cheeses, and
Right.
actually maybe kind of better because it's not coated, it's not completely soaked in it.
And you could even brush it off if you're not crazy about having that on top.
Got a little bit of
So
yeah.
easy.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Thanks, Laura.
Cool, thank you.
Thank you. All right, you can visit Laura and other shops in Chester on June 20th for the second Chester Ladies Sip and Shop.
How fun is that?
Shops on Main Street will be open till 8 p.m. They'll offer a 20% discount, and you get free drinks and snacks. And all of that benefits the Family and Child Services of Southeastern Connecticut. To go, maybe get a group of girls, go sign up on the Facebook page. We will have a link on betterct.com. I'm sure you can find more information if you give Laura a call, too.
All right. You're going to find beautiful and practical kitchenwares at the Perfect Pair. To learn more, visit perfectpairct.com.
You can also visit the shop.